No soy un profesor, soy un eterno estudiante. Manuel Rolando Moreno, 2025 Awards Teacher of the Year, Participant Learning. Thank you for this nomination. I am honored to be a Participant International Teacher. Those who learned more than they teach are the best teachers of all. First, connections. I begin by acknowledging that I am a part of two very committed teams. The international group of teachers have made this experience feel like home, away from home. And my grade level colleagues in the United States have proven to be reliable, fun, and quite helpful. They are truly there for me when I need them, and vice versa. These connections have allowed me to carry out many activities at the academic and cultural levels that developed integration skills among my third and most treasured team, my students.
And Mr. Moreno.
Fifth grade.
We'll be there for you.
The strength of our student relationships makes the difference in translating our passion for teaching into their passion for learning. Beth Morrow. We conceptualized a literary project that allowed students to develop their reading and analytical skills while aligning with local academic standards. We reimagined the book Esperanza Rising. I constantly motivate my students to go beyond the content. This curiosity leads to cultural, historical, and environmental awareness. Students become engaged in their own learning, especially when we disguise it as fun. My connection with them creates a safe space for them to explore their creativity within the context of the lesson.
Here begins Esperanza's tale of wealth and joy without fame. And a solid twist one fateful night led her to face a darker plight.
All my life was full of cheer. My father loved me so dear, but then he was gone without a sign, and now my future's no longer mine. Here we must be brave and strong, face to face, the right and the wrong. Even if we can't stay here, to the fields, no matter the fear. Come, let's make a deal. We'll take the house, it's no big deal. Oh, you village, fool, please, lost, our story untold.
And so they left Mama and Esperanza, leaving behind all the numerous bonanza. To California they traveled with her, to a simpler life without grand fare. The grace now rising, with effort, faith,
And love shining through.
muchas
Gracias.
We concluded the project with a presentation that showcased the significant progress the students made. They demonstrated their literary skills and their linguistic ability in Spanish. The presentation was conducted in both languages, transforming the classroom into a literary, artistic, and cultural stage. We invited fifth grade students and presented the English version of our show, while all students in the dual program attended the presentation in Spanish.
Aquí comienza la historia de Esperanza, la niña que vivía en total bonanza. Pero todo cambia sin previo aviso cuando pierde a su papá en el paraíso.
Ay, mi vida era pura alegría. Mi papá me consentía día a día. Mas el destino trajo un golpe tan duro y ahora me enfrento a un futuro oscuro. Hija querida, hemos de ser fuertes. Hay que no podemos quedarnos aquí, al campo iremos, hay que seguir. Venga, venga, no tenemos un rato, nos quedamos con la casa un acto sensato. Que brillamos tan malintencionados, pero nosotras nos vamos al otro lado.
Así se fueron mamá y Esperanza, dejando atrás toda su confianza. A California llegaron con afán y les esperaba un mundo rústico y rural.
Last year, we organized the International Day with the participation of families, Hispanic and non-Hispanic families were invited to take part. We held an evening event featuring presentations from different countries. Students showcased their unique cultures and traditions. The event concluded with a main show in which all grade levels of the dual program participated. We coordinated this event and made sure that all grade levels were integrated. Their parents enjoyed themselves. Family is personally very important to me, so I love fostering direct family involvement. They don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. And no, as a teacher, it's always rewarding to see my students' enthusiasm and to watch them progress, even beyond the curriculum. Culture experiences.
Ya. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Ahora sí.
This year, we also conducted our virtual exchange with fourth grade students from Colegio Policarpa Salabarrieta in Colombia, in Bogota. Once again, both the American and Colombian students had the great opportunity to exchange their knowledge linguistically and culturally by sharing a little about their respective countries. In preparation for this exchange, a questionnaire was created, serving as the foundation for discussion in both Spanish and English. This approach ensured that despite being a spontaneous conversation, there was also an academic objective related to bilingualism. Despite the limited resources available to the students in Colombia, we successfully achieved our goal. Every student participated in the dialogue, answering either in their native language or their target language. The questions were directly connected to prior classroom work where students have been building a question bank, first writing, then revising, and finally answering them among themselves as an additional language practice opportunity and very well connected to the Apple test coming along.
Pregúntale algo a ella.
Mi color favorito es rosa.
Otra pregunta.
¿Cuál es tu animal favorito?
Another example of the kind of activities that we have carried out is, for example, the Black History Month. Each student researched and portrayed a historical figure presenting their character to the class. Many fully embraced their roles, dressing and acting as the historical figures. This activity went beyond simple reading and reflection, encouraging students to connect historical events with their relevance to our present time. I have students in my class who are deeply interested in history, and this activity was particularly engaging for them, inspiring the rest of the group and leading to an excellent collective outcome. The core of the International Day is folklore for this year. I am teaching them about various Colombian dances and the diversity of rhythms connected to our culture and idiosyncrasy. Teaching is not about information. It is about having an honest, intellectual conversation with your students. James Lockhart.
Your
Leadership.
teacher if your ball goes over the fence. Don't try to go get it yourself. Keep your hands to yourself. No fighting. Be kind to your friends. No hanging on the net. We're playing the goal. Come over here. Why don't you come over here and play with us? Come on. Make sure that everyone has a chance to play. Stay on the hill. Stay on the hill.
This year, I was designated by my fifth grade colleagues as the representative for our grade level in the ELA and Math Vertical Committee. This committee meets monthly to discuss topics related to these subject areas, identify academic challenges, and develop strategies to strengthen standards based on teachers' experiences and expertise. My role is to bring forth ideas and concerns from our grade level for reflection. We particularly focus on the daily work of teachers and its connections to various educational paradigms. Although I am still in a learning kind of process, I have been able to contribute based on my experiences as an educator in the United States, combined with the knowledge I bring from my years of experience as a teacher in my home country of Colombia and my current studies.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Ejercicios con los pies. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Palo, palo. Bonito. Palo, 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 palo. Bonito, bonito, bonito. El que pone cuidado, avanza.
Not only have I felt welcome, but I have integrated into the group. I believe that through collaborative efforts, we have been able to carry out various initiatives that foster a positive work environment. We swiftly and kindly address challenges inherent to the teaching profession. I am fortunate to be part of a highly committed team, which ensures that the results are meaningful and that there is a constant flow of ideas, proposals, and suggestions contributing to the progress. not only at our grade level, but for the institution as a whole. At present, our school is one of the most highly recognized in the county. Um, and that is because they have overcome their proficiency goals. Together, my Polenta Pumas and I created memories that will last a lifetime. As stated earlier, I believe that we must engage the students in the learning process for the information to stick with them. Through academic standards and creative activities, I make learning a fun experience. As a forever student, the Polenta Puma taught me so much, just like all of my students always do.
Palo en, palo en, palo e. Muy bien, Liam. Your examples, tus ejemplos. Ajá. Muy bien, zapatazo, chicos.
Fourth, learning. Cordial salud. Impacto en la retención, la transferabilidad y las conexiones lingüísticas de las herramientas tecnológicas multimodales bilingües en la escuela primaria. As a teacher, a student, and as a global citizen, I have always been convinced that education is the only true path to making the world a better place. More importantly, for many children, it is often the only way to break from the limitations imposed by their own circumstances. From a very young age, I was passionate about my own education and took advantage of every learning opportunity available. Now, my mission is to provide these opportunities to children, especially those whose social circumstances often prevent them from even accessing education, leaving them marginalized, not by their own doing. This is why for the past 15 years, I have dedicated myself to teaching in public schools, promoting equality and access to education for all. Education has not only been a personal pursuit, but also a mission to create opportunities for others. For this reason, I constantly seek ways to broaden my perspective, such as working abroad, always staying connected to academia, and always learning.
Este marco conceptual nos va a permitir hacer la interpretación no solo imaginaria, sino concreta de lo que hasta el momento hay, se ha escrito y se ha investigado para precisamente no repetir y ahondar en el conocimiento que hasta el momento no se ha generado. Entonces, digamos, ¿estás bonita? Ayudémosle. Luisín, a ver, si esta. Tres palmadas para la nieve.
Against all odds, financial, time, and distance constraints, I decided to take a leap of faith. As we say in Colombia, mandarme de cabeza, meaning to dive in without overthinking. I am currently pursuing a doctorate in education from the University of Guatemala in Mexico. My research focuses on the cognitive impact of global technology tools on second language acquisition. Surprisingly, there is limited literature on the effectiveness of applications and programs designated to facilitate language learning. Through my research project, I aim to contribute to this conversation by examining to what extent these tools impact cognitive functions such as transferability and retention, fundamental skills to fostering linguistic connection.
Aspiramos que esto nos permita generar un espacio de reflexión y de investigación con respecto a futuras investigaciones y los ajustes pedagógicos o curriculares o incluso de inversión que se tuviesen que hacer para que el objetivo, que es tener una ciudad más bilingüe, y que los programas que se implementen realmente den el objetivo y den el alcance que se está buscando en un panorama educativo mundial, global y bilingüe.
This doctoral study allows me to remain academically and pedagogically active while also equipping me with the necessary tools to stay relevant in the classroom. The classroom becomes a space where I put these insights into practice, continuously reflecting on my role as an educator. My students engage in individual writing, speaking, and education activities, fostering their language development. Additionally, I create transition spaces between subjects, incorporating playful and coordinated activities that help maintain order and a sense of belonging, all while reinforcing school rules. One of the core theories supporting my research is that learning is most effective when multiple sensory channels are activated. This means that the more senses involved in the learning process, the stronger the retention and understanding. So my teaching approach also emphasizes experimentation, teamwork, and overcoming challenges.
Alright, escombros. Un. Debris. Synonym? Sorry? Remains. Chin chin. Chin chin. Yes. Nombres. Sustantivo. Is something we call, this remainder. Alright, very good.
Logical resources available at our school allow us to explore the world, enriching students' background knowledge and enhancing their performance on standardized tests and across various academic subjects. A great example of this was a research project my students undertook last year. They explored different Latin American culinary traditions and later presented their findings to other grade levels. This initiative provided an opportunity for independent inquiry, allowing students to connect with cultural elements in a meaningful way.
Muy bien. Dura, sólido, sólido, líquido, gaseoso. After me, todos. Sólido, líquido, gaseoso.
To sustain student attention and motivation, I implement dynamic instructional strategies tailored to diverse learning needs, especially considering the significant number of students with ADHD in my classroom. These strategies help ensure engagement and optimize learning outcomes.
Fuerza, masa, aceleración están conectados.
Bueno, listo. Dígame su respuesta con una palabra en español. 1, 2, 3. Colombia. Levanten la mano los colombias. Los aviones. Los Bogotá, los dedo. La respuesta correcta es Colombia. Ok, ¿están listos? Sí. En 1, 2, por 3. Ok, vamos.
My classroom, a global microcosm. Activities such as historical reenactments of African American leaders, or using morning work to present videos about Colombian Latin American culture and other type of topics help strengthen students' background knowledge. These daily efforts emphasize the importance of learning a language and recognizing that a language carries an entire cultural framework that in many ways make us more human and more empathetic in a world filled with challenges and differences. For this reason, we actively encourage students to continue their learning and their language studies in middle school. A message we constantly and consistently reinforce with parents, especially given the remarkable progress our fifth graders have already achieved. Classroom discussions often lead to meaningful initiatives. Recently, for example, students came up with the idea of exploring the question, how are children educated in other countries? This has evolved into a writing project we are currently working on and designed to foster critical thinking. Ultimately, we aspire for these experiences to have a lasting impact, helping shape a world that moves beyond borders, barriers, and divisions toward one that fosters opportunities, education, and global solutions. I'm not a teacher. I am an eternal student. Thank you very much.